Moving on, and in this lesson we're going to work on the next module, time.js. Let's change the extension of this file on TS. As of now, we don't know yet the type of the return value of the today function, so let's skip this constant for now and come back to it at the end of this lesson. Let's type the next computed property seconds since midnight in percentage. As we usually do, we tend to explicitly specify type of the return value of all functions, so we'll specify that this closure returns value of the type number. And the same type we're going to use as the return type for the next closure in here. Also in here, TypeScript complains that we are trying to apply subtraction operation to the value of type date, which TypeScript doesn't like. So let's just suppress this error for now by casting this value to any, and later we're going to come back to this place and apply proper solution. The next computed property is called midnight, so in here we also manually specify type of the return value of this closure, which is number. The next two functions return date, so we'll use date type as the return value in here. And as for the next function tomorrow, and by the way, we don't need to explicitly specify type for this constant tomorrow because TypeScript is able to infer this type automatically. Because earlier we have specified that the return value of the function today is object of type date. Moving on to the next function, end of hour, this function takes one parameter of type date, transforms it in some way, and returns new date object, so the return type will be also date. The next function is today checks that the past date corresponds to today's date, so the type of the first parameter will be date, and the type of the return value will be boolean. The next function, 2 seconds, is basically going to convert milliseconds that we passed as the first parameter to seconds, therefore the type for first parameter as well as for the return value will be number. And finally, the last function of this file, start current date timer. As we can see, this function does not return anything, so the return type will be void. Also, we're trying to use the same return type for the function that we are passing inside set interval closure, like so. But in this case, we also have to use long closure notation by using curly braces. And by doing this in this way, TypeScript is happy. And with that we are finishing with this module. Let's just apply formatting to this file and reorder import statements. And by the way, there is no need to explicitly specify the type for the reactive variable now, because TypeScript is able to automatically infer the type based on the return value of the function today. Let's just take a quick look in the browser and see if there are any errors. Looks like everything is okay. Let's continue development in the next lesson.